Hey everybody, this is Andrew Staten. You're listening to Demon Dayz, an actual play podcast with a focus on fiends and the friends who play them. We appreciate you all so much and hope that you and your loved ones are safe during these troubled times. Take care of each other and yourselves. Before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor Arknight, whose props, maps, and minis make our game a delight. That's ARCKNIGHT. Also want to give a shout out to both Gordon McAlpin and KiloWhat, who have created some wicked cool art for our campaign. Check it out over at athpod.com in our show notes every week. Thank you guys so very much. Finally, I want to give a shout out to Michaela Garrison, who edited this week's episode. You can find her over on Instagram at Michaela J. Garrison and her dog Arrow as well at ArrowParo. And now, on with the show.
Friends, fiends! When last we saw our heroes, they kicked the pants off that Rakshasa and decimated his pals. Sure does help to have a paladin on the team, doesn't it? Gotta get me one of those. Anyway, I require ale if I'm to tell you what happens next. Yes, all of it. How many times do we have to go over this? I feel like it's every week. Let's just get started, shall we? And dive right back into the further shenanigans of these Demon Dayz.
Has wonderful lady that's still alive with my eldritch spears in her, like, kind of sinks. I'm gonna, like, keep eye level with her and sync with her.
Okay.
I pull the other one into view. I'm like, surrender now, and we can talk.
I, like, briefly look back at my over my shoulder
I
at
wink
Yusuf,
at Taz as soon as she can see my eyes.
and then I look back at her.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And she surrenders. Given where she's at, it would take too long for her to even try to fuck off like the other one was attempting to.
Cool. So
And she's not even in the air anymore. She's slid down and
let's chat.
I'm going to lay this one out prostrate and just put my sword. I'm going to put the sword so the blade is on the ground, like I'm about to cut up a cucumber.
Okay.
Just over the neck in case like she is just faking it and comes back. I'm holding her at bay, basically.
Okay, yeah.
And ear for deceit.
Because I don't understand why she didn't disappear.
Got it, okay.
Okay, so let's chat.
There's still Rakshasa viscera on the ground, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's kind of like dust and crumble.
Dust and mud crumble, yeah, there's like
Yeah, I think it was like a golem thing.
Or a clone.
Yeah.
And there's also just like a nearly beheaded townsboy, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, it was the guy from the Black Rose, Hedon.
Yeah.
So you're gonna just go start poking bodies? Is that the way?
You know, like, I'm not a talker, so while you guys are talking to her, I'm just gonna go investigate. Because that seems, like, this whole thing seems weird.
Just to clarify, so far, any fiends we've dispatched have all gone home.
Yeah.
Right? Or outsiders, I should say. Or
They get sent back, yeah, for the most part. If you want to do an arcana or something, Yusuf, you can.
I'll do that too. I mean, would that be history or something for me? Just because?
Yeah, history or arcana, whichever one's the best one, since you guys kind of can dabble in both.
+2 on either of them.
Yeah.
25 for Arcana.
14.
Okay. Tazlin, you and Feder, and what do you?
it's just a 12.
Just a 12? Yeah, that's enough knowledge. The cambions get the short end of the stick in the demonic and devilish heritage of shock troopers. They don't get to resurface again, quite like a Rakshasa might.
Right.
So they got, like, by all accounts, that they were staying in this fight to be, assholes.
Cannon fodder, yeah.
Yeah, they were being assholes about it. Like the other one who tried to fuck off earlier would have just left.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the cambions, yeah, they got a really raw deal when it comes to the material plane. So their death,
they just don't have enough power to get back.
right? Their death here is the permanent death.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Couple of questions, and depending on how hopeful you are, maybe we can set you up with a nice life here in Edgewater, and you won't be dead for all of eternity.
She's in rough shape, so
Yeah.
To be clear, since we know what we know, I'm going to leave this body and move closer so that everyone's inside my 10 feet.
yeah.
If she tries to cast something.
First off, all that crumbly business, is that actually Melanthar or what?
Yes, it is.
Ear for deceit.
Okay.
3 becomes an 8, which becomes 17.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. Her capacity for double speak and lying is like, she's holding on. If she can string the sentence together, she's good. So she's not at this ability to be able to,
Right.
like...
Yusuf, it might be counterintuitive. Do you want to juice her a little bit so she's not fucking... or her jaw's not hanging off?
Yeah, I can do that.
What's that sword? Ugh.
Don't worry about it. I walk up and I give her 5 points.
She starts to come back a little bit.
Don't make any sudden movements. And I step back to where I was.
It's a big fuck you sword, and we have it. So, my question to you then is, Parsival here with him?
No, he was telling the truth about that. It's just us.
Great. What did you know about where my father was at the moment, and what did you know about where my mother was headed?
As far as your father goes, I think the play was to get you to reveal something, to see if maybe you'd found him and were hiding him. That was personal on his end.
Yeah, I know Melanthar doesn't quite care for not succeeding in a job, so that makes sense.
Right, and now he's got another to add to his list.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes flick to Yusuf.
Was this Parsival and Melanthar on their own? Where did the order come from? Augur? One of the other sisters?
Parsival.
And what's her stake in it?
Something to do with the other one. She motions to her head like loopy loop.
Yeah.
Something to do with that. We're only shock troops for Melanthar. We didn't get much more about that other than your mom is fucked off with a closet full of skeletons.
Yeah. And the intent was to kill me? Bring me back?
I think maybe that wouldn't have worked well for him, though. I think this was, how do you say it, the asshole move.
Mm-hmm.
But also to gather information, to see just what you are doing, how you're doing it, if you've found friends. If it had just been you, we would have done all we could to overwhelm you.
Yeah.
And drag you back.
Cool.
Parsival was very insistent on that. So if we'd killed you outright, that wouldn't have worked well even for her lover.
Great, so this was all Percival's doing. Or was she working with it? None of the other sisters? All on her own?
I don't know the extent of their involvement, other than Parsival was very insistent about all this. I mean, we do things sometimes sideways to the family, as long as it doesn't hurt the family.
Sure. All right, and I'll look at Yusuf and see if he's got anything else, any other questions he has.
How long have you been with Melanthar?
Just for this outing. We were assigned. The Zephin family has access to a lot of us to work with, for guards, for soldiers, for scouts, really all purpose.
Were you already here, or did you come here from the Hells?
We came from the Hells.
What do you know about the towers here?
Other than Parsival had some involvement, and the other sister, Yarville, they were involved somehow. The family was involved somehow. She has been watching the book. There's a book. You have a... Mm-hmm. She's like pointing at you. There's a thing you have that she's reading everything from.
Wait, Yarville is, or
no, Parsival.
Parsival's
very attentive to the
book,
the communication.
Mm-hmm. What did Melanthar know about? What was his leads? If they would have overwhelmed me, if they would have found my father, what was his best lead on my mother? Where were you headed? Where were you looking?
We were going to see if she made contact with your father, because I guess she's not left the Hells ever, or she's been there for so long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
She's kind of the unknown element. I don't know what we would have done had you not both. I mean, we would have brought you back. Let Parsival deal with you, or bring back one of the sisters.
Yeah.
I guess a few of them are here in the material plane. What is your guys' deal? I mean, material plane is a material plane.
Mom's dagger is just like very, at this point, like I'm keeping eye contact with her and is just like very slowly moving towards like a squishy bit.
Okay.
But I'm going to look at Yusuf and I'm going to look at Taz as I mean, again, like I'll roll a stealth check if you want, or a sleight of hand, and just because at this point I'm ready just to put a knife in her head, but I won't do it if anybody's feeling particularly generous.
If anybody's gonna kill her, it would be me.
Okay.
I just kind of look at you. I'm like, you could write her a contract.
And I'll just go, And then I feel like Taz and I'll just together.
No. I mean, for you.
There's an idea.
What would the contract do?
Put her in his service.
Yeah. Send her back.
Would it send her back?
I mean, we could. You have means to get back to the house, yeah?
Yeah, I can get back there now.
Yeah.
Just me, though.
Yep.
We don't have the ability to bring anyone with us.
Here's what's doing.
Okay.
I'll scribble out like the most boilerplate, overwriting the previous. Like, what was your deal with Parsival and Melanthar?
General family service.
Cool.
The stock contractual employment.
Inciting family clause 17B, any interpersonal
Maneuver 14B clearly states
any servants hired by one family who are involved in an interfamily physical conflict are automatically terms of service are handed over to the winning family member in said test of whatever. I want you to head back to Igni and I want you to let her know what's going on, yeah? And let her know that I got jumped by Melanthar and that I'm not too pleased about it. Okay, so...
Well, that'll be... I won't have to really plane shift for that, if our reports are true.
No, but you should head back, and then you're going to let me know.
Well, wait. Talk to Igni, or...
You're going to head back. You're going to talk to Igni. You're going to let her know what Percival's up to.
She's up here. The plane, the material plane.
Oh. Igni's out here. Well, where is Igni?
No. Igni is or Percival is?
Igni.
Yeah.
Percival's not. Igni, where did they say? Sky Point, I think. Something about retrieving a kid.
Yep. Okay. Interesting. So here's what you're gonna do. Go to Igni. Tell her,
Wait. Did Igni sanction...
You never told me about your vision, right?
Which one?
The red-haired woman. It's pretty much what you saw in the sphere, right? The red-haired woman and or the red tiefling with the horns, you know, like all tiefling. But in Sky Point, didn't you see you saw something when you grabbed the orb? You had a vision at some point.
When I grabbed the orb in the tower, I saw the horseman.
Yeah,
okay.
When she was when we were in Trost in the crypt for the Raven Queen, and she was dancing with the statue.
Right.
Yeah.
The Raven Queen gave her a vision.
That's when I saw
The other tiefling,
which is my father.
Yeah, but
didn't
from the
say
point of view
anything
of
about that.
someone who he was walking with.
Right.
So she didn't get to see exactly. She saw some features of.
Right. But you never told us that.
I did see because there was the mirror, so I got to see I got to see the little kid.
Yeah.
No, but I never told anybody about that.
Okay, cool. So, don't know that.
So I'll just go to her then and tell her that you were attacked by, and she's reviewing this, Melanthar.
Yeah.
That we were sent to bring you back for Parsifal.
And then we're being hunted. So, you do that, finish that off, and then
be on retainer.
Yeah, be on retainer, and why don't you head back to the house and keep an eye on Melanthar for me, yeah?
Okay.
Get me word when he decides to leave Dis again. How's that sound?
Sure. It'll be a while before he can get back to Dis from his home plane. Yeah.
Yep. So, go say hi to Igni for me.
Okay.
And then head back to the house. How's that sound? And then I'll hand out just the contract with...
How will you request my service from there? Just...
What's your name?
She thinks for a moment. And you get the sense that she's thinking a moment because she hasn't had to use it or it be used in service for the Zephyr family. Just like 1, 2, numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Shoshana.
Sign your true name on the form.
Okay.
And we'll just call you if we need you.
Yep.
And she does. Shakily. But she does.
Just keep a good eye on Melanthar, yeah? If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Are we clear? We good?
Yeah.
Right.
So before she takes off, while they're talking,
yeah.
She's signed the contract, I have reached down, grabbed my dagger from my boot. And I kind of lean in, I wrap my arms kind of around her, give her a hug, and I just whisper in her ear, and I'm like, so you can remember us by. And as I pull back, I actually cut her ear off with my dagger.
She shrieks.
Cool.
But it's not enough to kill her, but yeah, it's...
Oh, I see what you're doing. I feel like I understand what you're doing. Cool.
Her hand is grasping at where the ear used to be.
I know the family's full of backstabbing and bullshit, but please don't backstab or bullshit me, or you'll find the pokey end of the big scary magic sword, yeah?
She looks at the sword, and then eyes go up to Yusuf, and then gives you all the look like of just sizing up. Yeah.
Do not doubt him.
Cool. All right, off to Skypoint. Off you go. Bye. Get.
She's trying to, so it's going to take her a minute to do what would normally come instantaneous for her to get the fuck out of there. And eventually, with a bit of enough of a push, she
kind of flaps out. Yeah.
Flaps out.
Okay, cool.
When she does, my shadow again shifts across the floor and attaches back to me.
Okay.
Cool. I just want to take a moment and with my... Did you guys know that I have a passive 23 investigation?
I had no idea, John.
Really?
I had no clue.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like I've never mentioned it on the podcast before. I mean, I just want to toss the warehouse and the body and just see if...
I've been working on the bodies while you guys were having this discussion. Should I roll an investigation check?
Yeah. So then, Lisa, you start with the glob that used to be Melanthar?
Yeah. Start with the glob. I want to investigate the dead kid and then hit up the lady body.
Okay. The lady body.
Lady body.
Yeah, okay, so starting with Melanthar, it's weird. From how you observe the fight and how Yusuf just devastated through Melanthar, you get the sense that because of the holy good nature of the sword, it was a weird effect on destroying his body in the plane. So it just glopped instead of something a little bit more flashy. But as you explore the bits, you do see bits of white fur that seem to shift between white and a little bit of black, kind of like that Rorschach thing. This seems like a natural element of the fur itself, regardless of living or dead. But there's little bits of flesh too. There's some dirt, and it's like it wasn't completely just burst out of existence.
Are there any tokens or anything kind of like what the riders left behind?
You see a ring with a sigil that has like a Z on it. And
is it like the tower?
Yeah, the tower with the Z.
The tower with the Z on it?
Yeah. In your investigation, you can put 2 and 2 together that you gather that this is...
Zephon.
Yeah, it's Zephon family. He's under them. You see a couple other ornaments, some rings, fancy rings. None of the clothes made it. Like there's a necklace that's just a nice necklace with a nice pendant of just water. Nothing too specific. You sense that he liked wearing ornamentation on him. And the pipe is off to the side a little ways. His gnarled pipe that he was using to smoke when you guys came in.
Lisa, did you find anything?
Some jewelry, some rings, a family signet ring of yours, and then is it okay if I take his pipe?
Yeah, I'll take the signet ring. You can have the pipe, sure.
Sick.
There's embers still going in there, so it's still got a good smoke in it. He didn't complete his smoke before he fought.
So I'm gonna go full Sherlock Holmes and just keep smoking while I look at the rest of these bodies.
Yeah, and then I'll join her and just again passive investigation the fuck out of this place.
Yeah.
I look at Taz and I look at the ear. I'm like, so probably pretty easy to scry on her now, huh?
Yep.
Can you actually just hear what she hears with that? I'm not sure how this works.
No, but having the ear allows it and makes it stupidly easy for me to, with my scrying tool, hear and see
Nice.
what's around her.
Are you hurt?
Nope, I'm fine.
Anybody else hurt?
I could use a little top off.
How much you need?
14 ounces of blood. I don't know how we want to. But yeah, I could.
Fair enough.
14 gets me to top the whole way off. But
Okay, I give you.
If you want to save some of that, that's fine.
No. I give you 15.
Those
Okay.
dope ass spears that they were carrying, did the lady that died leave hers behind?
Both of the spears were left behind.
Nice. I'm gonna grab one.
Sure. It's kind of a cool looking design. The pole itself is, that the pure black that we have in our real world? Yeah, that almost 100% black.
Oh, made by that asshole?
Yeah. Yeah. In this world, that asshole doesn't exist. But
You need a golf bag. You need
She just needs the quiver of Alonia.
like a caddy to follow you around, and you could be like, I think I'll try the 4-iron, Jeeves.
I'll be stopping at the local REI Misty Step to see about something.
How's Hayden? I'm curious about
Hayden?
Hayden.
He's dead.
Well, I know he.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't make it.
does it?
There's something so fishy about him being the one that he picked, though. That's why I want
Rings,
to look at this
black
body.
rose,
What the fuck?
notes, anything on him. But can I get that dagger back? Does he have it?
Oh, the one you gave him?
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't have kept that. No. You do look,
You
though.
scum.
Requisitions Incorporated.
I can't imagine that you're surprised at all by that.
No.
No, I didn't say a damn word. I was just like, they had cool weapons, and then I went and grabbed them.
While everybody's like away and looking around, I'm just kind of like kneeling down, kind of scratching Shenzoban behind the ears, and I go, "Don't tell Yusuf that I took the ear for fun, okay?"
He's like,
I love you.
and he gives you, and he does what you can only equate to like a soft chuckle.
I mean, my point isn't invalid.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, that's a great point. I didn't even think about it until you said, which is why Taslim was like, sure. Yeah, I totally did that.
I 100% thought that's what you were doing, was to keep it. I have taken noses and fingers.
Nope.
Yeah.
She took it because fucker tried to mess with my mind and then fucked with you, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard you, babe.
So for Hedon, you see he's got some 10 gold on him, and he's got a few trinkets and rings and things like that. But you can, Lisa, this is probably more of interest to you. His head is like all the way back against the chair, so there's his neck hole, and his head's hanging onto his body still just by a little bit of skin.
Did he eat anything interesting?
wow.
Since you mention it, if you want to do an investigation check on the neck hole, I guess.
No, I can't.
Too much? Yes, 3 croissants and a bit of no.
I can see his esophagus.
Yeah, Hedon got a really rough deal.
Does it look like a clean cut, or does it look like he was kind of torn apart?
A little bit of tearing, yeah. Probably an initial clean cut to start, and then just the rest was yanked back with good old Melanthar.
Melanthar's such a shitbag.
But there's nothing else of value on him. No, he doesn't have any other information, though. And then you get to the cambion, the other one, who didn't do so well against anyone. You're just fascinated, her skin is slowly starting to cool off, and her wings they're lifeless and hang at her, and she's in the armor. There's some Zephyr insignias on the armor etched in, and she has a similar, like a dog tag for Zephyr. Seems new and fresh, here's our new assignment.
What's the...
I collect the kind of the smaller insignias and hand them to Fetter, because I would rather, if the Verge Day people are still outside, I don't want them to see or make
Certainly.
that connection.
Wait, what are the spears again? Are they short spears, long spears, glaives? What are they?
Yeah, they're long spears. The only difference is just in styling. They're pure black on the handle with dark black etching, or gnarled points to the blade, of a designed blade. So styled.
I want to take I'll take the dog tag. Mm-hmm. Is it an armor piece or something that also has the insignia on it?
There's stuff on the armor, yeah.
Okay. Taz, do you mind putting this armor in the bag and we can either pawn it off or get rid of it? I just don't want it to be here if someone finds this crime scene.
Opens bag.
Okay. In goes Zephyr family armor, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's mainly just the chest piece has more of a theming and identification.
I just don't want it to be laying around, particularly if House Temper is in town.
Yeah.
After Fetter has kind of de-identified the body, I'm going to go see if my friends are still outside.
Yeah, they're chilling on the other side of the block, just leaning against the building and
I'll
keeping
walk
an eye
up
out.
just behind you, Lisa, because I'm curious what they ran into out here.
And as you come out, you do see they've got 2 guys propped up, just their backs against the wall. They're unconscious. They're not dead. A little bit bloodied in the face, but
guys as in human
sailor thug types. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And they're just kind of chilling by their prize, just waiting to wake them up and send them on their way with a scolding. Lisa, you've seen Vesper and even Ragnar before just deal with riffraff who are easily swayed, and just the patience that they have is exemplary.
Who are these 2 assholes?
Vesper laughs. Yeah, they were waiting to jumpy guys from the back.
Oh.
Although since you all came out fairly unscathed, it looks like their efforts would have been wasted, and we saved some lives. So
the only scathing I got was from you guys, which, thank you, by the way.
Yeah, no, we figured if you're running from a battle, well, that's not something you would do. So we just acted.
I gotta work on that. I'm so susceptible to that shit. Well, you know.
No, it happens. It happens to the best of us. That mind fuckery. She smiles. I've had my fair share. So yeah.
Did you guys have a chance to... These guys, they're knocked out, right?
Yeah, they're out cold. They'll be out for a little while longer still. We hit them pretty hard.
You didn't have a chance to question them yet?
Nope. From the looks of things, they seemed like they were either under a spell of some kind, or they weren't really in their own right mind.
Got it.
But anyways, we're going to go drag these guys to a place to get some food and drink and just set them on their way and explain what went wrong with their choices in life. And we'll see you in the morning if we can.
Right on. Did you find anything in their pockets or anything? We're just, trying to make some sense of this business.
Nope, these guys seem like regular riffraff. Sailors from the look of it. Workers on the docks here at this whatever port this is.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'll still make sure that I see you guys off in the morning then.
Perfect. Which reminds me, we should get some sleep before we do so. Get an early start. And she just grabs her guy from the back of the shirt, and just with ease starts dragging him behind her. And Ragnar does the same, and they're dragging him like they're nothing, like they're just stuffed animals on the floor. All right, see you later. We're gonna go.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
I like them.
Treat our little girl well, okay? And she
will do.
Walks off.
I roll my eyes too. Yeah. Yeah. All right, gang. So we'll try to huddle everybody up.
Fetter.
Yeah.
Did you need to question
Yes.
those knocked out guys or anything, or do you think it's okay?
I think it's fine. My assumption is Melanthar and or one of the demons or devils got into their head and had him keep watch. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm not overly concerned.
I don't want to get us in more trouble with the Varosh if we're still planning on heading south, because they
Sure.
can be real allies.
I feel like the food, drink, and proselytizing will probably set them straight one way or the other. So, real quick to-do list. I feel like we need to tell Scoil about Hedon. That's unfortunate. We need to talk to my father, let him know that Melanthar is gone, at least for a moment. What should we do tonight? What should we try to wait till morning? What's everybody's thoughts?
I think we should talk to them tonight and let them know that... How much time has passed?
Yeah, how long has it been over 2 hours?
Yeah, it's been by now with the looking through the bodies and talking with them. You're about 1 or 2 in the morning now from about 10, 11.
But Popo will be at the shop, huh?
Yeah, I suppose you probably imagine based off of the time frame, they're either on their way out or she's heading out or finished up cleaning. So it takes a while to clean a big 2-story place.
We could always just go see Nadia. Scoil should know that one of her lieutenants is met an untimely end.
Okay. Proposal.
I'm determined to get both of them. I'm determined to go blow off steam with both of them.
Yeah, Taz goes and sees Nadia. I go and see Scoil. You guys take the elk and go talk to Drago.
I think I actually need to talk to Scoil, just because there's a bit of actual business that with the rose and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you want me to go talk to Drago?
Sure, knock yourself out. If he finds out my mother's, I know that I think that your charms and wiles are limitless, but if he finds out my mother's on the prime material plane, my feeling is he probably is going to kindly tell you no.
She can come too.
Yeah, they're real old school star-crossed lovers that way. I'm not quite sure where my own proclivities came from, but they're quite monogamous, I think.
Everybody thinks that about their own parents, but I'm going to come with you to see Scoil.
Okay, yeah. So do we want to, I just look at Taz and I'm like,
If you want me to come with you, I will. We can always... I'm sure I can find Nadia tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you from your fun, though.
Maybe I want us to have fun.
That, yes, very good. So quickly off to Scoils then. Let's see how quick.
I'm serious. I am aiming for the 4-way.
Yeah. Okay. So quick, fast. Let's quickly.
Yeah. With much haste.
With great haste. Listen,
I'm gonna.
Do we? I don't actually. Do I? How do I intuit? What's the best way I can think to intuit how to actually find the Thieves Guild? Like how to find the Black Rose? I saw those visions of the sewers.
Yeah.
But I don't quite know exactly how to get there.
I don't think Scoil mentioned anything that was contextual enough for you to get, at least.
Yeah. I just wanted to try to tell her before she finds out.
Yeah.
It'll go better that way.
I take,
You might just have to check out the haunts, the various haunts of
Sure.
Hedon or something. That might take finding Scoil, just getting in touch with her.
Right.
Might take a little bit more time than the evening allows.
I take a scrap of paper from my journal and write really quickly 4 party ? Literally the number 4 party ? Smiley face.
This is D&D emojis. Eggplant.
Like,
Eggplant.
no, literally. And then
Peach.
I write,
Butter churn
I draw
icon.
like a little box underneath it that says yes.
Yes. No. Yes, no, maybe.
Underneath it that says maybe. And then underneath that, I go, tell me where. Like, I don't even leave a no option.
Okay.
And then I like send it off to the Misty Step with my bird.
Oh, yeah. So it's a real inconvenience to tell my father that he might be beset upon by an assassin, but it's 100% like get your ass going if you're trying to get. Look, I 100.
Serious business.
It's
okay?
very serious. Listen, I understand how serious both these things are. I just think it's funny. I say nothing. This is all Fetter's interior monologue right now of just like, oh, okay, fine, great. So now the bird can just flit around. Yeah, no,
But
no,
he's
it's fine.
taking one message, not two.
Well, the context of things changed very rapidly in a very short. Anyway,
Yeah.
off to the boat then. Maybe we.
I'm gonna take Hedon's body and at least wrap it up and place it someplace. We shouldn't just leave him.
Right. I mean, we stuff him in the bag of holding.
I mean, there's
Take him to Wissam or something, because we know that Scoil goes and drinks at the Cross Scimitars a lot. Like, I'm not saying he should hold on to a dead body, but like leave a message for Wissam or something. Like someplace we know Scoil goes.
We should clean him up.
have to
Let's.
We can't just leave this kid with his head popped open and his esophagus out. That's bad.
No.
here's the other thing. I feel like from what Melanthar said, I feel like he came around here snooping.
Yeah.
That's what did him in. So I'm wondering if this is one of his local pads. Maybe leave him here with the devil body and tell her
Right.
she can come deal with
I
it.
mean, that was my thought initially, but if it's going to take too long, I don't want
Well,
the
let's just leave a
constabulary
message
or
with
someone.
Wissam at the Cross Scimitars. If he sees Scoil, he can let her know.
Yeah, I'm just worried that the guards will get here before anybody else does. You know, I'd rather.
I mean, no.
The bookstore, then? That woman is part of the Black Rose?
One of you do just a perception check just around the area.
19, I believe.
17 plus
17.
9
Plus your passives and all that.
Well, no, it's 26.
Yeah.
on the
so you do know, like, some of the boxes that were undisturbed in your fight have dust a little bit on them. So it's not exactly a well.
It's not a well-used or currently used location.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think Lysa has the right of it. I will offer my oil skin up if we want to actually, like, wrap him up in something. Or maybe, is it worth dropping him off at Poe? I mean, I don't know if they do afterlife care as well as they do medical care, but...
That's a thought.
That's true.
So I'll wrap him up and I think that helps.
I can take him.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
As much as it would expedite things, just because the Rakshasa we know about is gone, I don't really think we should split up too awful much, except for some private time. But so let's drop the body off with Poe, then maybe check in with my father quickly and call it a night after there.
Yeah.
If we all want to spend
we
our
can
night
sleep.
different places, then we'll meet up in the morning or the mid-afternoon probably.
Sounds good.
You guys start to head to the rest of Eldath you're going to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys grab the body, and it does take you a little while to drag the body there. But when you get there, Poe is actually at the clerk's station, and she jumps up. Oh, my God. And she runs up to you guys with the body in tow. And from what you can see, especially the kind that's flopping around.
Well, I think that we've, like, wrapped...
Did you fully
My
wrap him?
idea was that, like, we wrapped him up mummy style.
Mummy style? Okay.
In
Body
the-
bag.
Body bag.
In my oil skin.
Got it.
Which I'm never wearing.
Yep.
Ever again.
It's like, oh, a body. Oh, God.
Just turn it inside out.
Do we need
Put
to...
him in it that way.
She's like, do we need to... Is it... Are we too late?
He's gone.
Okay.
We just didn't want to leave him.
Where we found him.
Right. Okay. Could you... She thinks,
I don't know what you do for disposing of the deceased.
Yeah, like I'm thinking paperwork in terms of. She grabs a book. Write something that just denotes body was here and is there
I'll
a privacy thing with this? Like,
No, I'll just write. We were just... Honestly, we just got back into town. We came into port. And on our way here, we found him dead in an alley, so...
okay.
I have a feeling that he knows a few people, maybe Scoil, maybe some of the other folks in town. I just want them to know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll deal with it. We'll take it. She snaps her fingers at some inattentive buffer human.
I'll just write,
Art.
and I'll write found Hedon, found in an alley perpetrator unknown. And then if there's like a delivered by or a brought by, I'll just draw a small black rose.
Okay. Yeah, she snaps her fingers, and the attendants come and help her, and they start to drag the body back to at least do what they can to begin that process.
Yeah.
She turns back to you guys. Yeah, no, thank you for bringing them in. And yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you guys. I'm glad you guys are okay.
Yeah, we did a bit of travel, and we're back, at least for a moment, but...
Good.
We'll be in town for a day or two.
Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah, good. Is there anything else I can do? Is there anything else you need?
I'll just look at Lisa.
Oh no, I think we're good. We need to keep wrapping this up, I think.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And she goes back to what she's doing.
If there's an offering box, I'll just drop 5 gold into it.
Sure. There is one.
Yep, just because I can't not.
Do you do it secretly or as
No,
you do?
if there's if there's just like an offering box on the way out, I'm just going to drop the money in on the way out.
Yeah, Yusuf, you notice that too?
Off to the ship then? It's a bit of a hike. How's everybody doing?
As you guys get outside, the bird is waiting with the note.
Yeah, I think we all need to go to the boat.
I do a little hop skip over the bird.
It hands you the paper. It says yes, and then written below, fancy some in-store shopping.
Oh,
yes. Shopping spree. Fantastic.
I just kind of like nudge Feder and show it to him.
Oh, yeah. Store discount for everybody.
Yeah. Yes for the boat.
Okay. And then we'll go on a little shopping trip, yeah?
I think we need to go on the shopping trip before we go to the boat. They can go to the boat. We'll meet them.
I'll go to the boat.
Lisa, could you make up an excuse to my father? Why? I didn't tell him.
I'll just tell him you're having an orgy. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I look at Yusuf and I go, do I get to ride the elk?
Sure.
Okay, let's go. We'll talk to your dad about Melanthar.
Great. We'll be an hour or 3.
Or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do what you're going to do. We can rendezvous in the morning, yeah?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
We might be there sooner than later.
possibly. We'll see.
Have a little faith in yourself, Feder.
Oh, I got a knife for detail. It's gonna be fun.
And an ear for deceit.
And an ear for deceit.
Feder and Taslin start heading off toward the Misty Step. Taslin's definitely got a skip in her step. That's for sure.
I'm linked arm in arm.
Oh, we're arm in arm, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to, once they kind of go off there, I get the prestidigit pen out, and I'm like, is there blood on me? There's a little blood on, and I try to
let's clean it up. Yeah. Okay. We gotta look our best right now.
Try to fluff it out a little bit, and all right, is it like a good sweat smell or like a weird sweat smell? Like I want like a musk, like I just exerted myself, but not like I just was like fist deep in like the inside of a demon.
No, I think you need to prestidigipen the smell a little bit.
Okay.
Just. Okay, yeah.
That's good. Okay. All right. All right. I'm just like breathing into my hand, just like a fucking
I'm like running my fingers through my hair,
God,
which is always messy, but
we're
just
just
being
the
like,
worst.
"Is this
We're
good?
the
This
absolute
looks
worst.
good." Yeah.
Straighten my tie a little bit.
If anyone were awake on the street as you guys were walking down to see you doing the tie, prestidigipen, like just, ooh, yes, we're going to do it. It would have been a sight to see. The whole of Edgewater missed out on your guys' walk of hooray.
Yeah. I'll hand her the flask.
Take a little swig.
I'll take a little swig. And then I'll just be, after you, madam. And then we'll just...
You get to the building and you see the door ajar and Pao leaning against it, and he nods to you and motions the way into the store.
I do another little hop skip over.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi.
Oh, yeah. I definitely, when I walk past, my tail, grazes his thigh, just on the way past, just very lightly.
And he does a soft, deep chuckle, like a...
The second I saw him leaning against the door, Feder, you probably noticed my tail kind of went up and did a little happy jingle.
Oh yeah.
And then I squared my shoulders and mentally I was like, down, tail, down.
Oh man, about to put the ass in Asimar.
Yes.
That leaves Yusuf and Lisa heading toward the boat.
Gallahan meets us about, after she said, do I get to ride the elk? Sure. At that moment, I said, I need you. So as we're walking, out of town, the elk just kind of, comes trucking up.
pretty briskly too, just like clop, 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 and he looks at Lisa and then you and like,
Hop on.
leans down, lets you get on top.
Is he cool? Like, he doesn't mind?
No?
Okay.
Yusuf climbs on and then offers a hand to Lisa to have her sit in front of him.
Okay.
I take it. I'm doing this. This is awesome.
All right.
All right, we're going back to the ship.
He gruffs and then he bolts. He heads forward and yeah, it's pretty fast. The wind's through your guys' horns and you make your way to the ship in pretty good time.
That was amazing.
Help her down. Hop down myself. Just hang out. I'm not sure what's going to happen next.
And he chills over around the boat, kind of at the bottom side. And yeah, there's a ladder there waiting for you guys. You do see off to the side, just chilling, minding your own business. Cadence is smoking. But other than that,
Down on the ground? Or...
on the ground level, yeah, kind of a little bit out away from the boat, just smoking. But other than that,
Get it.
you guys make your way up the ladder, unless I'm mistaken. And yeah, most of the crew has started to bed down. The only
Yeah.
person awake at the moment is Drago, who's
Oh, he is up?
he is up and at the wheel, just hands casually leaning against the wheel and just looking out, kind of whistling to himself.
Walk up.
Oh, hello. Hey, didn't
Hey, Drago.
hey, we got your messages. Glad
Yeah.
you're okay.
We
Yeah,
took care of the problem.
Well, that's good.
For now, obviously.
So Melanthar, you guys took care of him.
He was there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yusuf took care of him, mostly. It was pretty wild. Feder helped. It was great. You'd be proud.
Yeah, I would. But relieved too. Like he's an asshole.
Yeah, he seemed like it.
Yeah, but sadly, I mean, he's not truly gone. So
No, but it's going to be a little while before he can get back here, I think.
right.
So that's good.
I see. It's just you
Question.
guys. Yeah. Yes, Lisa.
Have you heard from your wife lately? You can tell us. We won't tell Feder.
No, I have not. What would make you guys say that, or make you say that?
Well,
I mean, it's just me. I'm not like some evil. I'm a sailor, for God's sakes. Lay it on me. What's up?
check his hands.
She might be on this plane. I don't know.
As he gives you his hands, which are normal,
Yeah.
you feel the hands tense when Lisa says that she's on the plane. I see. He tries to mask his very sudden interest. You don't say.
Don't know for sure. Feder would have probably more information on that.
And the Melanthar said this.
No, Melanthar didn't say much.
No, he didn't get to say much.
Did he have like, were you able to interrogate him, or like someone near him,
we
or?
interrogated one of his guard.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Feder will have probably more information on that since
Yeah.
he knows the interworkings of your family a little bit more. He's probably a couple hours out. Might probably better to meet up with him in the morning, I think.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Having a little bit of fun, I suppose.
Well, everybody kind of
There's no way my dad would assume that.
Well, I would hope he's having fun. The other one isn't with you, or they having fun together?
Correct. At least
Well.
I'm guessing. So, yeah, no, everybody kind of needs to let off a little bit of steam now and then, I guess.
Fair enough. Then I should ask you guys, before you guys bed down or whatever, are we good to start getting supplies, or are we still on lockdown? What
in
is
the
your
morning, I
situation?
think it'll be safe to go in the morning.
Okay.
I think you're clear.
Yeah. The place we were talking to said probably 300 gold for 2 weeks worth of provisions.
Okay.
So
yeah.
extrapolate that however you need to.
Yeah, we can get that squared away with Horatio, which will be good. And then the rest of the time we can keep working on getting the gemstones fired up.
Cool.
Well, cool. I will let the captain know, and then we'll start sending a crew down. Should I stay here in the boat, or am I able to make my way in? Am I personally on lockdown, or what do you guys think?
I think for right now, it's probably best if you stay on the ship.
Okay.
So you have a chance to talk to Feder and you guys can
Sure.
go from there, I guess.
Yeah, continue to proceed with caution.
Yeah, will do. Then I'll send someone else. Thank you guys for the update, and I'm glad you guys are okay. Hopefully Feder's family doesn't get too pissed off about that.
We'll deal with that if it happens.
Well, it's about my time to get to sleep, so thank you guys for the update. I'm glad you guys are okay. Get some rest, you guys. And he bows and takes his leave of you. That leaves you guys mostly the only ones out on the main deck.
Do we just wait for them here?
I guess. Want to go meditate?
What kind of meditation do you mean, Yusuf?
Yours.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
He has finally joined the party.
Sam, I couldn't hear your response because everybody went, oh! What?
I said yes.
Fantastic.
Duh.
It's been a good day.
I totally saw that coming when they were sitting on the elk, but I didn't think it would happen, and then it happened!
Just right on the deck.
Yeah.
No.
No.
3 hours later. No.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Set up a tent down on the land, I guess.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like we find a decent clearing in the woods and we're golden.
Yeah.
There you go.
Gallahan can
Wood
keep watch
sex
out.
is the best.
Oh, God, there's an image. Yeah, the stag is slowly patrolling the outside.
Must protect Master's bang time. So then, the night passes for everyone, and Lisa, you don't have too many hours of sleep, so you're gonna sacrifice a little bit of sleep if you want to meet with your crew. So you'd be going from fun times to meeting with them, and then you'd have to come back and do some extra sleep then. So you wouldn't be having the same sleep schedule as everyone else. But other than that,
I mean, that seems fine. I'm going to go meet with them, though, because I said I would.
So yeah, as everyone else has started to bed down, you make your way out to the edge of the city. You do take a trek back through the city and then toward the east a little bit from where you are, and you see them chilling at the gate waiting for you. They brighten. Lisa, glad you could make it.
Wouldn't miss it, you guys. It's been so good to see you.
Yeah, we would have understood if you needed some rest, but we haven't seen you in so long, and we've been on a mission for a while, and she gives you, Vesper gives you a big old hug, and Ragnar waits and also gives you a hug after. Like, so what do you plan on doing? Is your walkabout still going on? Are you going to come home? Do you ever want to come home?
I do want to come home, and I think we're going to be trying to head south soon.
Oh.
But I've learned a lot being with other people like me, other tiefling, and I think I want to keep pursuing this for a little while longer. But I also think I'm supposed to go back. So
interesting.
We'll see each other again.
Yeah. If our paths line up again on the road somewhere, we'll deal with it then. But if we beat you back, we'll let the Dame Astera know that just like you might be coming back to temporarily. Don't want to get anyone's hopes up. We would love you to stay, obviously. We love you dearly, but this walkabout is important for you, I sense, and other people like you. That's a tough one to ignore. And she grasps your hand, like she's trying not to be too touchy-feely, but she's having a difficult time with it. She grasps your hands like, just be safe out there and be safe.
I pull her in really close and I give her a kiss.
She reciprocates, and you do sense a little bit of moist around the eyes. And Ragnar is like, yeah.
Me too, because there's a lot that I can't tell her. I know what she's going back to. I just give her another big hug. I tell her to take care of Wally, and I send her on her way.
They head out, and they give one last look back, both of them, almost in sync, and then head off. And as they do that, you do see that the sun is starting to rise.
I head back toward the boat. I kind of take the way past the Misty Step to see if I see Taz and Feder on the way.
If they were to leave after having the time that they did and resting, you might catch up with them. Do you guys stay in the store amidst all the...
What time would that roughly be?
6, 5-ish, by the time she gets over to your...
That was a couple hours.
I mean, we'd probably stay until they opened the store.
Okay, then
At least I would.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Yeah, so then, Lisa, you don't see them. You pass by the store. The lights are all out. The doors are shut and locked. You don't sense anything going on inside.
I mean, if you listened really hard, you might be able to hear like a little something, but you have to listen really hard.
Yeah. Now you guys have the whole, like, the 2-story store to yourselves, so...
Just knock on the door. Just come on in.
I just kind of give a little grin and I walk past. I'm feeling a little melancholy after that goodbye.
Okay.
Aww.
P.S. Yusuf's athletic check was a 20.
Wow.
No, it's performance.
It's performance.
Performance,
For
yeah.
him, it's athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It's an 18 then.
Well, if we're going with athletics, I also rolled a 20.
Booyah.
That's hilarious.
Performance would be an 18.
Same.
See, I feel like perception, really. Particularly in a foursome, because you got to know like where to go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's your passive.
It's 25.
Yeah, your passive is, like, you're observing... Like,
You just always got to be where there's a hand and a mouth and a tail, wherever there's a missing spot for one.
oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only got 20 this time, so Feder's on his A game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Palpo and Nadia, you guys find out that they are very, very energetic and very charismatic. And
man,
they are.
We got a whole thing for Aasimar going, which is really weird.
It's not that weird.
I mean, Nadia was great, and I was super into her, but the prize was Papo.
Was Papo? Oh, 100%
Seriously, it was 100% Papo.
I feel like every once in a while I gotta like go back to Nadia because like we're just a little too into Papo, and then we're just like, oh no, you're cool too. Like,
oh no. Taslin's like equally split between the two of them.
I love it.
And Lisa, you make your way back to the. Do you make your way back to the ship or the tent or?
Tent.
Yeah, Lisa, as you get there, you do see a few people coming down from the boat. You can't quite gauge who they are, but they're coming down to the boat and headed toward like a specific spot on the boat, the underside. And they're congregating around it.
I mosey over there to see what's up.
As you get over there, you see Vanessa and a few other sailors from the boat hanging around, as well as Cadence. They're all gathered under one of the gemstones. If you stay and watch, you'll see what's going on with that. They don't seem to notice you or pay you any mind.
Do people seem concerned, or is this just like excited? Nope. Or
they seem like they're clocking in for work. Like, okay, here we go. Here's our task, sort of thing. They're more determined and like, here we go. We got to do this. If anyone seems concerned, it's Cadence, but Vanessa seems pretty like unfazed. She's directly under the gem, and if you get closer, you can see what they're doing.
Yeah, sure.
She pulls out a knife from her hand. You see that she's wearing more looser clothing and just something to give her more movement. She takes her knife out and puts it in her mouth. The dulled end in her mouth, so the sharp point is facing out from her. She wiggles her fingers around and then does a quick motion with both hands, like a swipe, and cuts deep gashes into her hands. And you see her reach up and put her hand onto the gemstone underneath. Immediately, you start to see a dark red mist form around the hand and around her arm and just pulsate as it kind of pulls from her into this gemstone. And she spits out the blade and it lands on the ground, and you hear her chanting, Mesoloth, Estak, Fedoloth, Tenyan, Krunatat. And she does this over and over again, and her voice gets more raspier and more hefty and scratchy. And you see her form start to blur and distort a bit. And like that blurring distortion is pulling towards the gem a little bit. Almost like you just take the smudge tool in Photoshop and just go all the way to one direction. And you hear her start to scream, ah! And it just starts to get shriller and more piercing. And Yusuf, you might start hearing that if you roll a perception, that might wake you up.
It's a 10.
A 10? It's not too shrill that it wakes you up. It's getting harder for her to chant out this as she screams, but it doesn't matter. This does go on for a while. You sit there thinking, okay, this spell is gonna be quick. No, 20 minutes pass. She's still doing it, and she's gritting her teeth, gasping and yelling and fighting it, and Cadence is just like, fuck, okay. You see she's got bottles of potion ready nearby and bandages, and she's just like, okay. 30 minutes pass, 40 minutes pass, 50, an hour.
Probably would have woken up at some point.
It may have taken you a while, so maybe after the first hour, the sustained nature of it probably bothered you. From that, it's up to you if you want to approach, watch, or see it.
Long rest went in?
Yes. I would say Lisa still, though, needs to fulfill her end of it.
Of the long rest.
Yeah. But other than that, you guys are pretty close. So I
will have asked Cadence or any of the crews, like, can we help?
Yeah, as you get closer, a few of the sailors have their swords, and they don't immediately recognize you because they may have been asleep, and there's 20 people, so they might have. Who are you? Cadence like, no, they're okay. They're with us. They're with us.
He's got he has his sword out, but he's wearing basically his pants, and that's it. Will I interrupt it, or can I heal her?
Oh,
can I help?
No, they do stop you while you're waiting. It's like,
okay.
Cadence like, no, she even comes over to you. It's got to go through. It's got to fully take. No other distraction. She looks very nervous, like, yeah.
I guess what I'm asking is, she's using part of herself to do this, obviously. Yeah. Can I feed her energy to do it while she's doing it, or will that interrupt it?
It might interrupt it. I've tried to do that before, and it's caused problems.
Okay.
We've had... Cadence looks around. I don't know enough about this shit.
Then I'll just stand by.
Yeah, as long as... can you heal?
Yeah.
Okay. When she drops, we're gonna dive in and fuck, I never get used to this. Okay, all right, another hour, and you're like, what? At the 2 hour mark, you're just like bug-eyed, like, what is this thing? She lets out one final scream, and with a small burst of the cloud, the blood cloud just bursts out and sucks into the gem. It starts to glow bright blue, and she falls instantly to the ground unconscious. And Cadence is suddenly just on her with the bandages and the potions, and the sailors are at a guard. They're very tense, but keeping a perimeter around her to keep her safe. And yeah, the spell, whatever this is, ends.
So she was repeating the same thing over and over again?
Yeah. Through gritted teeth, through yelling.
Was I able to commit that to memory since I stayed and watched the whole thing?
2 hours worth? Yeah, definitely.
If she's laying on her back, I'll put my arm or my hand under the back of her neck so that I'm just raising her head off the ground just a little bit. I'll put my other hand on her forehead.
Okay.
And then I'll just dump 30 points into her.
Now she's starting to stabilize and improve. You see the color come back in her almost immediately, and she's more receptive to the potions that Cadence is just cramming at her, like trying to do her part, and Cadence has already started to bandage one hand. She hands you some bandages. Just wrap it, get it nice and tight. Then we'll need to carry her to her quarters. Let her rest for a little bit. Well, most of the day, actually. Yes. Okay, God.
I'm not great with bandages.
While Yusuf's doing that, I'm going to kind of wander away.
Sure.
Now that she's done, back to the tent.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut my finger a little bit and take the gnarled obsidian staff that still has one of those gems in it and just kind of mutter that incantation. Does it do anything?
You mutter it a few times. You go through it a few times. The first time, nothing.
And I have a little bit of blood coming out of my finger.
Yeah, and at first nothing happens. After about maybe the third or fourth chant, just as you're getting to that place of impatience, you start to pull a little bit of if you were grabbing your pinky or something like that, and you just kind of tug at it a little bit, that's kind of what you're feeling internally. The muscle is starting to pull, and you feel some of the blood leaving, and the gemstone starts to brighten a little bit. And imagine like what you were seeing with Vanessa, but much smaller, a little bit of bubbling blood around there, kind of bubbling and popping. And then with one sharp kind of yank, it almost feels like it's pulling your finger off. There's a nice little burst into there, and it glows for a little bit, and then kind of fades away. But that pull does take about 5 HP from you.
Cool. And with that, I'm going to lay down for a little bit and complete my long rest. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Stay with her until Cadence feels like she just needs to rest and be left alone. Like I'll.
In fact, she even's like, okay, let's take her up. You guys go first. We'll daisy chain it and get her up there. Yusuf, if you want to help, we can get her to her bed. So I mean, more the merrier. We got to get her in there and just rest. And so there you have it. There was day 2 of repairs. Wow. I mean, she's too nice of a person. I want to help, but sometimes it's just that fucking blood magic, man. Anyways,
is there can she take more healing? Because she's not conscious, or is she conscious now? Can I ask her?
She's stable, but she's unconscious still. So she's in a deep sleep. You get a sense that it's a stabilized sleep. You can put more in. What she needs, she usually doesn't wake for. Well, it'll probably be late afternoon before she gets up with this.
So I'm gonna hit her because I have 2.
You're gonna hit her.
I have 2 of the beads on the necklace of prayer beads.
Sure.
Are of curing.
Oh, great.
So one is cure wounds. So she's gonna get back another 19 points.
Oh, good. Okay.
Of healing, and then I'm gonna hit her with a lesser restoration. Can either end one disease or one condition affecting it. The conditions can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. So I don't know if that does anything, but I'll hit her with both of those.
Yeah. I mean, she's pretty much fully healed, except for just needing the extra rest from the physical exhaustion.
Cool.
And even that is dulled based off of the healing you pumped into her. So
okay.
So cool. She might get up earlier, but Cadence doesn't necessarily know that. She starts pulling at her. Let's get her up and get her to her bed, and and you guys help her in. And as you leave the cabin, you notice that Cadence does glance back and tuck her in a little bit more. She tries to hide it, but doesn't do a very good job of it based off your perception. She seems a lot more concerned about her, as far as just more than just casual.
Okay.
You get up to the top, and it is morning. Around 7, 8-ish in the morning, the sun's starting to chart its way up, and the city out that way is starting to wake up, and the day is beginning.
Well, I guess when I'm done with that, I'm going to go back to the tent, and see Lace's asleep. I'll let her rest. I'm going to grab the sword.
Okay.
And I'm going to go into the woods, just a little ways away from the tent. I'm just going to pull it out, just do some contemplating of the power that I've been given.
Sure.
Have Galahad there too, just to have all the facets of it in one place and just kind of not so much pray, but more meditate on the situation in itself.
Galahad, even if you hadn't summoned him, he's right there, He's drawn to this same energy that's causing, like, that you're meditating on, and the area just seems so peaceful. You feel a rejuvenating extra bump in terms of any rest that you might have left over or that you sacrificed to wake up during that ritual. You feel a sense of wholeness and togetherness. And even though you can't see anything necessarily, you do feel a similar presence that you felt when you were cruising down the river in your mind space. And that same wholesomeness, earthy, terra firma, dirt presence, like just earthiness of Eldath. You just sense that around there, this forest feels very good now.
Okay.
And yeah, you feel a renewed vigor, and if there was any leftover sleep you needed to do, you don't need it.
Okay.
And then that leaves Tazlin and Feder as the morning gets up. It's pretty casual, actually. You find that as Palpo is still in the makeshift bed with you guys, Nadia's getting some things ready, and she's got some pants on, but she's been cleaning things around, just getting things set up, and slowly, like, very casually putting clothes back on to get ready for the day, and adjusting her hair and getting some of the fun times out of it.
I'll hit her with the pen.
She kind of jumps and like, oh, what is?
I'm just kind of like whispering to Papo, being like, such a shame she's putting on clothes.
I know.
I know.
I'm gonna like wander around, just still completely naked, and just like find a pot, make some coffee.
Yeah, you do find a pot on the shelf. Yeah,
bean water.
Hashtag bean water.
I'll make some breakfast.
Nadia sees what you're doing and points to there's a back room in there with a few other implements for cooking and fire and things like that. Yeah, it's like a little back outdoorsy thing, but there's no visibility to the street itself, so have fun.
Cool. Still naked.
Yep, have fun. Even if there were people, have fun. And she laughs, and
I get out of bed, do a nice little stretch for the two of them. Mm-hmm. Start like fake brushing my hair with my fingers in the mirror, still completely naked.
All right.
Yep.
Another naked fight is just three beholders appear.
Yeah.
And we have
and suddenly,
yeah.
But that's when our A game happens, right? When we're naked.
Oh, sure.
Naked.
So I'll come in.
Your AC is just pure charisma at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Mugs.
Right?
God,
26 AC for
Mugs
sexy.
for everybody. I'll pet Shinzo-ban.
Yeah. You guys you all see the day. And
he would twinkle into starlight as the sun came up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
And Feder's a little unnerving. He was there and then not. And you're kind of in
glitter all over you.
It's like glitter bomb. And I'm like, oh, that's never coming up.
That's going to make the prestidigipen work overtime.
As we were leaving, I gave both Papo and Nadia a very lingering kiss goodbye.
Okay. Yeah, both of them give you, it lasts a little longer.
I smack them both on the ass and I'm like, good game. No, I'm not.
Yeah, Papo turns game, recognized game.
GG.
Yeah.
They both laugh and they're like, come on by anytime.
Little hug each and off we go.
And then as you leave the door, you do hear just muffled behind the door, like, all right, guess we got to clean up. Yeah.
Sorry it's going to take so long.
And I'll look down at Taz and I go, you're really my favorite.
Aw, thanks. You're my favorite too.
And then just we prance off together as the sun comes up.
And they all lived happily ever after. Just kidding. Well, maybe. Anyway, with another one of those threats neutralized, our heroes can now tackle some of the bigger problems ahead of them. So make sure to stock up on that drink, and I'll be back in a week to tell you more about these Demon Days.
In your investigation, you can put two and two together that they keep mentioning.
I didn't even touch it.
That fucking phone, man. Phone. Told the dead with the phone.
Jesus. Listen to the fortune that I got out of this fortune cookie. Life is a tragedy for those who feel and a comedy for those who think. Smiley face, smiley face.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
That's awful.
That is rough. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Where are my soft boys at? Feel your feelings. It's okay to feel weird and sad.
You feel what you feel. Your feelings are real.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, I missed a chunk of this. I'm going to your father?
So the what's the last thing that you heard?
We're going back to the ship.
Yeah, so the Raven brought my note back, and the note was she checked yes, and then she said fancy a in-store shopping spree. And
then I heard Drew read his fortune.
Yes. And so now I'm trying to get Feder to go to the Misty Step with me while you guys go to the boat.
XP?
I don't think we got level 7.
No,
I wish we did, but no.
7.
I mean,
boo.
With that wild night of...
We killed a Rakshasa.
Yeah,
It might have happened. I don't know.
No.
Just checking.
No. No.
Wait, is Johnny preventing us from leveling up again? Is that what's happening?
That is absolutely not what's happening.
Nope, that's not what's happening.